fish food from our friends at Rods. I always like to feed them first, but we'll roll in here. I got some kabama and some snails. So we'll check out what's going on in here and see what's happening with this bad boy over here. Oh man, she took a little bit of a beating, and it's my fault because I killed the lights too long to kill the algae, and I never really put them back on. The baby tears, you can see, almost non-existent. Still tiny little stubs though, so we'll be all right. It will come back from there. The crypt didn't care about the darkness, but yeah, you know, you can see, you can click the links around and see how this tank was before with the baby tears full go. Now it's not dead, so it will come back. So I'm actually not too worried about it, but overall, like, I wanted this whole bottom to be super duper carpeted, and that simply is not the case. But I mean, that's what you get when you leave the lights on. I want to leave the lights off. I want to show this. This is how I run the lights right here. So I only had them on for like 4 hours. I actually had them on for 2. So things happen. Let's feed them. So I'm feeding this stuff from our friends at Rod's Foods. It's freshwater smallmouth blend. Rod's known for his saltwater foods, but he's doing a nice job with the fresh. And these guys don't get fed this that often. I actually ran out of the food that I had here. But you can see they've been beefed up. So this is going to be their big feast before I do a big water change. So I'm going to give them a nice hunk here, and these guys will get a nice nice bit. Keep that out the frame there. See them housing it down. And I'm overfeeding this overstocked tank. But they don't care. Got a little algae on there, that's fine. So be it. Plant load is too light, which is why we have some algae. That's my fault because I didn't put enough easy growing plants in here. There's the chosen one. He's actually got the lyre tail on him. You can see him. Get a close-up of him. I want people to see that fish because that fish has a cool. He has a cool pattern. That brighter orange guy right there. He's gonna have real nice long fins on him. This is a chosen one. And look at that monster of mono down there. Get that guy on film. And I'm gonna leave this stuff here so I can come back and feed them another time. That Amano shrimp, yeah. That thing's a hoss. All right, I call it the no maintenance tank, but I always have to do a little bit of maintenance on the bad boy. So I'm gonna do a little, you know, less than 5 gallons, probably 2 of them. I don't have the big siphon with me, but when in doubt, you know, we'll do your water changes. So that's what I'm gonna do here. How fast can Dusty suck? Let's see. Oh, nailed it. Alright, so I'm going to leave the weight on here just because I'm not here. And I don't know how good I'm going to be able to get it down in there. We'll shove this down in there. Try to get it down to the dirt layer. And I'm just going for a big bushy plant in this corner that I haven't been able to really keep in this corner. And now we're going to do one more bucket of water. Follow me. I'll show you the sink. The sink does have an attachment on it for the python, but I didn't bring the python with me, so I do bucket runs like this. I dump these down in there.
Really low.
What I should do is bring a little shorty hose that can attach there and then run down in there. This is, you can bring something a little cut off attachment. Those fish getting that. Tearing it up. One more. So I want to point out that the FX4 is still working. Last time I came in here it wasn't working. Obviously it's on, so that got me in trouble because it was off for a week. So FX4 is still pumping, still cranking. I mean, it's the perfect size filter for this tank. When it's on, so now I want to show what I'm thinking here. All right, so what do we know? Well, we know that this tank right here got abused with the baby tears. However, the baby tears is not gone. It's just kind of partially set back. So we can come back and get it. Now look, it doesn't look as full as the one in the B26. Obviously the B26 has way better light, gets way more attention, has a halide over it. This was getting 2 hours a day of light. So we're not gonna really concern ourselves with why it happened, because we know why it happened. There wasn't enough light coming down on this tank. My goal was to make it a carpet of baby tears like the B26. However, it's just not the same tank, not the same substrate. So we're running with just a little bit of dirt underneath, some large grade gravel that has Brightwell substrate in it and a halide. So there's two different animals there. Also, like I said, this was only running for like 2 hours a day, something like that. So it wasn't getting the full effect of like a lot of light. Well, originally the light was on too long, so I cut the light back too much, killed off a little bit of plants, but you'll note the plants are resilient. So these will come back. So I've upped the light for a little bit on here and added a little bit of plants. We're gonna keep light on the feed and we're gonna just keep an eye on this baby tear. So my morning runs, I gotta start coming in here more often and checking out the baby tears, make sure it's growing back. So that is where we are headed with this tank. You'll note the Bucephalandra is looking real good. Check, I get a close up of this right here. The Bucephalandra is just fine, however, looking really good. Absolutely love that plant. Go all the way up that plant. You can see how it's just stayed on there and done well. I also did add a little bit of willow moss. If you follow this tree up, you'll see the moss on the back that has a little bit of willow look to it. That willow moss is fine. I just kind of threw some random stuff in there because I knew it would grow. So overall, the no maintenance tank is doing all right. As I do a water change on the no maintenance tank. And yes, I dechlored this. One bucket short. Do one more. And there is an update on the no maintenance tank. Yeah, I do a little maintenance on the no maintenance tank. You got to do. There's no such thing as a no maintenance tank. You've got to do the water changes on the tank, particularly if you've left them alone for a long while. Do me a favor if you like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe and the notification buttons somewhere around here, and then click the links around here. I got a playlist as well of like all the videos of this. I hope you enjoyed the little longer version edits of how the evolution of this tank has come. Coincidentally, I always wear this outfit when working on this aquarium because it's a no maintenance tank and this is my favorite outfit and one of my favorite tanks. If you like what I'm doing, subscribe, make it a fabulous freaking week, and tank on. Later!